To all who come to this happy place, welcome.
The magic is calling, calling, calling us. It's calling, calling, calling us to the place where all of our dreams come true. The most magical place on earth. Answer the call. Feel the magic everywhere. Bring every dream we dream to life. Share the wonder, share the light. Oh, imagine a world for you and me. Where all that we have to do is believe. The magic is calling, calling, calling us. It's calling, calling, calling us to the place where all of our dreams come true. The most magical place on earth. Answer the call. The magic is calling, calling, calling us. It's calling, calling, calling us to the place where all of our dreams come true. The most magical place on earth. Magical place on earth. Magical place on
Wise Travel is an upscale travel design and consulting firm specializing in curating ultra-luxurious travel destinations designed specially for business professionals, focusing to deliver the once-in-a-lifetime experience that will create lasting memories, encompassing adventures in Europe or the Americas, luxurious river cruises, relaxing beach getaways, or detailed trips to Disney locations worldwide. As Jean-Claire Wise Travel personalizes the experience. What rich and exciting moments do you want to create for yourself this year? Well, start writing your story with a Jean-Claire Wise Travel today. Hey, we got a P.O. box. We love here. And let's talk about my guest tonight here as we're doing it. Hold on. My Orioles tried to jump in on me there. My guest tonight, they are a Disney-loving couple who moved to Central Florida area not that long ago. It's flown by pretty quick since they have. Bringing the magic to you in so many ways. You know, it's music, it's the coverage of Central Florida. There's a little bit of California. We're going to dig into all that tonight and talk about how it's good to be fun and fancy free in Florida. Coming in for the first time. Hello, Jen. Welcome in. Good to see you.
Hello, thanks for having me.
I couldn't be more happy to sit down here with tonight and chat about your channel, what you and Mark have done and everything. So let's get right into it. Let's start out. How about a little bit just in general for anybody who might be finding you for the first time? And then we'll kind of dig into your channel and go from there.
Okay. Hi, I'm Jen, and my partner is Mark, but he had to work tonight, so
Things happen.
it's just me tonight. We are originally from the New Orleans area. We lived there all our lives,
Nice.
and we absolutely love Disney since we were basically born.
Okay.
My first trip to Disney was in 1981. I was 3.
Wow.
And I have loved it ever since because we lived, fairly close, driving distance, about 9 hours away from the parks.
Okay.
So we tried to get over here as a family when I was a kid, and his family too. We didn't know each other,
Right.
but going to Disney a lot as kids, and then we found each other, and Disney's been the glue to our marriage.
I love it. That's fantastic.
And we got engaged here. We honeymooned here. Like, Disney's our life.
I love it. That's a great story. Everybody needs that story. That's a great story. Bob and Kelly are very excited. Kelly's here saying, hey, there's my beautiful friend Jen. Thank you, Kelly, for being here. I want to throw it out to everybody. I see that Molly's dropping links for Fun and Fancy Free in there. Please make sure as you're listening to the interview tonight and we talk about our content, you check out their channel. If you like what they're doing over there for Jen and Mark, do me a favor. Give them a subscribe. Give them a follow. We'd really appreciate it. And if you're brand new to my channel and you like the way we do it, hit me up. I'd love for you to come back. Laura Bruno says, just stopping by to say hello. Thank you, Laura. We appreciate it. So let's start out with talking about your love of Disney. You obviously said you went when you were young, and for Mark too. So that's built up through the years and just kind of exploded as you've gotten older.
Absolutely. When I was looking at baby pictures of his, putting something together, I found that his second birthday, I believe, and my second birthday were both Mickey Mouse cakes.
Really?
Yes. So, yes, over the years, it's just gotten more and more. And like I said, we got engaged here
Love it.
and outside of the tiki room, actually.
Outside of the tiki room, nice. Well, and that's,
And
that's a beautiful thing that you can do that now. But now that you're down there in Florida, is it also about all the other locations as well with Disney?
oh, absolutely. It's so nice to be in Central Florida, to live here. It's different, but it's also really nice. And there's so much to do here in Central Florida, so we kind of branching out of just Disney, because when we visited here, we just stayed Disney. But now, learning there's so much more, and it's just been so much fun to explore, and there's so much more that we have to do. There's just not enough time.
Yeah, time does come. I love that. So let's talk about as I always put people on the spot, and I always preface this question with saying, "Hey, look, we know that we're not going to say every channel, but as you guys found the YouTube or social media aspect, who were the channels or the people that you watched that you were like, okay, I like that. I now think maybe I can get behind the camera."
Well, I used to watch, because I got on YouTube in about 2016,
Mm-hmm.
and I used to watch Justin Scarred a lot.
Justin, good people, yeah,
And that was, he did the Disneyland stuff.
right,
And so it intrigued me, like, what's he doing? How's he do that? How is he brave enough to do that?
right,
And so then, and I watched him and Adam the Woo.
right. Well, and those guys, I mean, we talk about those two in Tracker. They're kind of like pioneers that kind of kicked it off for all of us, and have gone in now, and I love that, and that's I'd have to give them a ton of respect for being the ones who kind of started this. That kind of makes sense. So as you do this, Mark S says, Jennifer, I'm here too.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. We want to make sure that we identify that. As you guys started with, you had to come up with the name. So first I'm going to ask you a question, Jennifer.
Okay.
I think you know what's coming.
Okay.
Jennifer, fun and fancy free Floridians. My partner, Dad Builds, the Southern gentleman that partners with me on Friday night, we always had a little trouble. So, am I saying it properly, and am I on cue with the channel name?
You're doing great. It's fun and fancy free Floridians.
There you go. So, where did it come from? How did that come to?
Okay, so I started the channel in about 2017.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I had no idea what I was doing. And so I started off as Jenny Bell Neverlands.
Okay.
I don't know. That was just me. And then I talked him into getting into it with me. That took some talking into. And then we switched to Jen and Mark, Fun and Fancy Free. Then when we moved here, I just dropped the Jen and Mark and said, we're Fun and Fancy Free Floridians, because we're in Florida now and we have our driver's licenses. So we are Floridians.
There you go. There you
And
go.
it comes from the movie Fun and Fancy Free from 1947, I want to say.
Okay. Good deal. Well, my partner is right there. Dad Builds waving hello to you as well. It was great to work with him to help you guys on Friday nights to get over that number. And our guests tonight, we should say, they are followed strong on Instagram, everybody, with 1,400 followers over there, 713 total posts. YouTube right here, 1.14K. 929 videos. It says May 2016. That's just when you instituted your account. You started at 17 is when you really rolled. And 207,018 views, which means you're not far from 250,000. So hopefully we can help you get a couple more there as we click on and go through tonight. I always like to jump around, kind of go from the channel to the personal stuff and back and forth, because I think it does give everybody a little bit of insight. I see you got a couple collectibles behind you. What are some of the things that for you guys, when you go to the parks, you're like, okay, I gotta have that. I know, like at my house, there's a couple Jim Shores here. There's Lego, a little bit of Lego lately, stuff like that. What is it for you guys?
We're not. We don't discriminate. Which is, I love plushes. Those,
Plushes.
yeah, those are my nemesis. Like those what that's what gets me. Like I love plushes. I'm looking at a bunch right now. They're
No,
all back there. I have my this side. The Figment. This is an older guy, and I'm just seeing a bunch of plushes around me. That's kind of my thing. And the pins
okay.
right here.
We have
I
a
love
few
pins.
pin collectors in the chat, I know. So
Mhm.
that is a rabbit hole that when you go down, it can take a little bit. So like that, and I see maybe a couple sets of ears. I think might be also.
Yep, I got ears. I have there's ears all over this room. I use them as decorations.
I love that. I love that. Let's go right here to a nice comment right there from Bob and Kelly. I would assume I'll take it. It's Kelly right there. It says Jen and Mark are some of the kindest and most genuine people we've had the privilege to meet. So I love that. So
Well,
you know,
I think the same of you guys.
it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Let's jump back over here into the channel for a second as we're going into it and talk about your playlist. You've got a lot of playlists over there. That 73 total playlists that you have, 900 plus videos in the playlist, which is pretty impressive. I'll give you guys a little thing, then we're going to dip into a couple. Some of the topics over there are fantastic, and I didn't want to go through all of them because it's a lot. I just highlighted a couple. MegaCon 2023, full coverage of the Disney parks, full coverage of Central Florida, Disney pro tips in less than a minute. We're going to talk about that tonight. Comic events. Always love the comic events. Gideon's Bakehouse. I'm all about. I'm always about a cookie or a donut. Not as much as I used to. Like I haven't had a sweet in I think like a week. That's actually saying something. Elton John's and Paul McCartney's concerts. This is exciting. And home vlogs, California coverage, and more. So let's first kick in here. Let me ask you about Disney pro tips in less than a minute. I thought that was a really cool little playlist you had. Tell everybody what they'll find with that over there.
Every time we come across something that would be good to share, but not in like a total and complete video where it could get lost. So we just decided to start just filming a little short of what what we think, what people may be able to get something out of.
As a help video type of thing in their own
Yeah.
short way. I like that because more people do that. There's just a lot of people that go on searching for how to do Disney. I was at an event this past weekend and I started talking about Disney as I usually do. And we actually had like 3 parents that were there saying, "Well, I've never been to Disney. I don't know what all that. I wouldn't." And I'm like, "Okay, well that makes sense. That's why people go and look." So I'm glad you're doing that. Jump over now. Comic events. Are you guys big Comic Cons? I mean, you went to MegaCon and all. Is that a big thing for you guys?
It's just becoming that way.
Okay.
Mark had comic books when he was a young child, and after Katrina, there were no more. So in the last few years, he's been getting into comic books, and I'm all for it. I love collectibles. I love a theme. I love all of those good things. So he's been buying comic books and getting into it. And then he said, let's go to Comic Con. I'm like, I have no idea what that is, but it sounds like fun. Let's do it. And so we went last year, and then we are like, okay, we're going to do it better next year.
Love.
And so we did a little better this year. So next year we're going to do it even a little more better, a little more better.
Yeah.
And we're actually going.
That's good. I mean, and you did some great content on it. I was really enjoyed watching the MegaCon 2023 and that you had there. I thought you did a great job, and I encourage you to do more of that. I think there's a lot more of that people would like to see because I think the cons bring a lot of things that people love, but a lot of people don't want to go and fight the crowds and the battle and all that. So the more you can bring that is great. Molly says she would. I like that print hanging on the wall behind you, Monorail Molly, on that. So there you go. Yes, a little bit of magic itself. So that's pretty cool. It's Stephanie Keel, welcome in as well. Let's jump over and talk about Gideon's Bakehouse. So, is that something you're going to do with more features of? Is it just a Gideon's thing, or are you going to be looking at more like the restaurants and things that are down there to do highlights?
Well, Mark loves Gideon's.
Okay.
He's fallen in love with Gideon's, and he likes to do the Cookie of the Month videos.
Okay, which I like.
He'll get up super early on his day off and go to Gideon's and get that cookie, and then we'll do a video on it. We haven't done it in a few months, but we hope to get back into it soon.
You
Now
have
that we are
you
removed
have to
again.
encourage him about the cakes. Okay, the
Oh
cakes.
my God.
Dad Builds is in here somewhere. I know he'll back me up. Welcome in, Steve and Dave. Good to see you guys. The cakes down there are phenomenal. It's something I highly encourage. That could be a nice segment. Cake of the month, cookie of the month, whole thing there with Gideon's. Make sure it's good stuff. So, music. I'm a music lover myself. Country's been my thing the last couple years, but I go back and to the early '80s and that time frame and loving music. You have two video segments on your channel of two artists that I think are phenomenal. I'd like you to tell a little bit about it if you wouldn't mind, and that is your Paul McCartney and your Elton John videos. Those are awesome. Tell everybody a little bit about that.
Well, I've seen Paul McCartney twice in concert, and he was absolutely amazing. And how blessed am I that I got to see a Beatle
That's pretty
live?
cool.
They all these concerts were in New Orleans when we lived there, and Paul was absolutely amazing. Like, it's just mind blowing how good he was. It was like when he did "Hey Jude," it was almost like I don't know. It was like the energy was so great in that venue, and I would definitely see him again.
It's kind
And
of like a church choir when it happens. I think when you get an artist like that of that magnitude that does things, that's pretty. I would encourage everybody to take a look at that. We do one thing I just want to highlight real quick, and I know I didn't preface this in some of our prelim, but I want to give props to you and Mark because you are the living epitome of battling what we did with Katrina. When our country and so many people fought challenging times, and to pick yourself up and to go to where you guys did from the times you did, I wanted to give you that prop, and everybody else in the chat should be doing that as well because it's a good thing. Let's jump back over here. Just a reminder, Stronger on Instagram, 1,400 plus followers. Over here, 1.14K. They graduated out of Chris and I's Friday night focus for the under 1,000. We were so excited to do that for you in there. So one of the things I wanted to ask you is, do you happen to know off the top of your hand your top videos? Because I do. So we're going to have a little question here. Let's start with your top short. Do you know what your top short is on your channel?
the top short is it being evacuated off of Mickey and Minnie?
Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway is your top short with 8.9K watchers on that video. Congratulations. That's a great number. Everybody's aspiring to get big numbers. How about your most successful video?
You know, it
You have to know
blows,
that.
it blows my mind, this video. It's the Yo Quiero Taco Bell dog video.
I got questions. How is the Taco Bell dog your biggest video? It's got 8.2 thousand views on the Taco Bell dog.
And it gets views all the time. Every time I check the analytics, it's always got views. Like, I don't know if it's something that's tagged or something that just keeps popping up in the algorithm. People find it when they type it in. I don't know, but it's pretty cool. And it's not even my collection; it's my mom's.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
people have loved it. I congratulate you on the success. I always say it doesn't matter how you get people to the table. You just got to get them to the table so that you can feed them. And that's kind of what YouTube is all about. You got to get them to your channel so that you can hopefully feed them the videos and they stay around. But congratulations on that. Let's take a step out for a second of the channel and let's talk about parks attended. Obviously, you guys are huge in the Florida area, but what other parks have you attended? And then what are on the bucket list? Where do you want to get to?
Okay. For in 2018, for my 40th birthday, we went to Disneyland Paris.
Nice.
That was
That's on my bucket list.
that was interesting. It was fun. It was different than the American parks. The castle is absolutely beautiful. And then we spent some time in London. That was amazing. I would definitely go back to England.
Nice. Okay.
We've been to Disneyland in California a couple of times.
Okay. And you've done DCA at Disneyland when you were there? Okay.
Mhm.
Have you had a chance to do any of the new Marvel segments or any of that?
No, we haven't been since then, since
Okay.
those opened. Recently, we've been to the Universal in California.
Okay.
That was
Nice.
fun.
Love it. Love it. Love it.
And we are really trying to go in the next few years to Japan, to Tokyo Disney and Disney Sea.
Nice. That's
That
an incredible trip to do. A lot of flight hours, but an incredible trip to do. The baker brings up something what I was going to bring up a little bit later, but since he brought it up, I'll transition right now. The Mark Reed's Tiger that you have, where he says, I subscribed. That's another segment you guys have that people can find on your About section of your channel. Tell everybody a little bit about that.
That's right. Uncle Mark used to read books to our niece who lives in Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So since we don't see them, well, since then we've gotten another one. Since we don't see them all the time, he was reading books so that she could pull it up anytime they wanted
I love it.
to read. He needs to get back to doing that.
Yeah. Tell him he needs some more. He's had a request. The baker is looking for a book. So have to get something with that going again as well. That would be awesome. So jump back in. Let me ask you, as you guys are putting it all together, what is kind of on your priority plan down there? I know you're covering Disney, but outside of Disney, could you guys do a great job with Central Florida with your playlist? And I know you probably want to expand out. Or is there a focus list for Fun and Fancy Free, or?
We kind of do things as we find them.
Okay.
Because he's always looking online to see what's coming. Like, we're going to Fanboy Expo in September, which is another
Okay.
Fanboy Expo. That's another con
Okay.
that's going to be, and I'm going to get to meet Bret Michaels.
Oh, okay. Okay. So is it more of like a musical type thing, or is it a wide variety?
It's everything. It's music, actors, wrestlers.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, it's going to be like all kind of things. So I'm excited about that one.
Well, that's cool.
We just kind of take it as it comes. Like,
are we gonna see vlogs on that one as well? Will there be content coming out for you on that?
Oh, yes, definitely.
Awesome. I love that. I would definitely want to see more of that. I always ask everybody when we're doing these interviews. Molly says YouTube is acting up. Make sure you're in red. Thank you, Molly. Yes, please make sure you're in red on there. And if you're not watching us live, you're watching us on the replay later, please make sure you're leaving a comment as well. I always ask creators when we're sitting here, where are you guys on like the whole holiday seasonal thing? I mean, Disney does an amazing job with their Halloween and all of the decorations, decor, the parties down there, the parades. Of course, it flows right into the Christmas and holiday season. Are you guys more about the Halloween season? Are you more into the Christmas season when it comes to the park and decor? And how are we going to find your house all decorated?
I love both because we decorate Jack and Sally.
Oh, nice. That's 2 nights in a
Nightmare.
row. 2 nights in a row with my guests, Jack and Sally.
And so we start off decorating for Halloween, and I have a tree. Oh, it's a white tree, and we decorate it in all Nightmare, and then it just kind of flows into Christmas.
Nice.
So it's like 3 months of Nightmare around here, and it's awesome.
I love it. I love it. Let's jump over and talk about, I like going back and forth coast to coast. You guys in the Super Nintendo world.
Oh my gosh.
Let's talk a little bit about that for a second.
Okay. Super Nintendo World is awesome. My favorite part about it is the sound effects. When you're walking through, you hear like the ding, 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 the coins and the dun, dun, dun going through the pipes.
Yeah.
It's so cool. I wish we could have done more. If we would have gotten there earlier, we learned. So we could get the Toadstool reservation to go eat at Toadstools.
Oh, that would have been interesting. Yeah. I heard that's really tough to get.
Yeah. So we learned and we shared our learning experience.
Well, the fact that you're sharing that experience, and I mean, you covered a lot of the first timers. People are looking for that with Nintendo World. Would you go back?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Okay. Interesting. Okay.
I can't wait till they bring it here.
Okay. Now I'm going to ask you about this one. This is more for the ladies than it is for the guys. Maybe it's for Baker. I don't know. There's a whole lot of Barbie content on your channel.
And there's so much more.
Oh, sweet Liberty. Tell me about some Barbie.
I have so many Barbies. Okay, I loved Barbies when I was a kid. And then when Mark and I first started dating, he's like, he was bombing me with Barbies. I would tell him, I like this Barbie, and I had this Barbie, and he would go on eBay or wherever he was going, and he'd buy them. Instead of like bringing me flowers, he'd bring me a Barbie. Okay,
well, hey, look, guys are always looking for a way to take care of the people they care for. So I can't fault them for that.
I'm looking all the bins of the Barbies. Like I
Barbie
have
pin?
enough Barbies to do a segment every week for an entire year.
Well, I think you should keep doing it. I think there's people out there that would love that type of content. Obviously, they're watching your videos. I can see that on here, so that's pretty cool. I encourage you to keep it up. Mark wants you to know it's Sebastian Bach. It's not Brett Michaels. So
Did I say Brett Michaels?
yes,
Oh,
you tipped your card hand about Brett Michaels being on your mind. I just let you know.
Brett Michaels, man.
That will
It's
probably be a
Sebastian Bach.
conversation. Mark will be home, and that will be a conversation later tonight. I'm just
Brett Michaels just I don't know.
popped in your hand. Well, it happens from time to time.
At
Going
least I was
back,
in the right decade.
well, that's true. That's you're tying it all in, so I love that. I went through to one of the things I love. There is a passion for you that I can find on the love for Figment. Tell me, you got some great videos. I got Figment behind you. Tell me a little bit about your love for Figment.
Oh, I love Figgy. Epcot, I absolutely love Epcot because when it opened, I was about 6, 7, 8 years old when I first went. So it's always one of those kind of core memories, the first version of the
Okay.
Figment ride. And I used to have all those little figurines of him in his little costumes. I
Mhm.
don't know what happened to them, but it's just one of those core memories. And so I just love him so much. And
I love it.
I buy all of the things.
You got to, the passions are what they are, right? And that's a key thing as I go through and look at stuff. I want to remind everybody my guest tonight is one half of Fun and Fancy Free Floridians. Jen is with us. Mark is in the chat joining us as we go along. His job is to correct Jen tonight, apparently, as we're going through, but Jen, we're good with it as we go through. They are strong over there on Instagram with 1,400 followers over there, 713 posts. My moderators, Molly's been doing a great job, and I saw some others in here as well drop in the links tonight. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Go over and check out the YouTube channel. They've got just over the 1,000 mark. They just recently were able to celebrate that success. Almost 1,000 videos, almost 250,000 views. They're doing things right. Got to at least check out the Taco Bell dog video. Go in, click the videos, hit your top ones, and it'll come right up there onto the board. You do a lot of food stuff too. Let's talk about food. There's a passion for food as you do your videos. I love that.
Oh yeah, we love to eat. We're from New Orleans. We love to eat. We love to we what is it, New Orleans? We love to talk about food while we're eating food. Like you're eating a meal and you're talking about where you want to go next to go eat.
Okay,
It's a New
interesting.
Orleans thing.
Didn't realize that was a New Orleans thing, but I'll roll with it. You know,
Yeah.
are you Saints fans because you lived in New Orleans? I think that's a requirement, isn't it?
It's kind of a requirement. Saints fan, LSU fan.
LSU,
Yeah.
yeah, that's two good organizations. I can't fault that one at all. Let's talk for a second here about cruises. Are you guys? I didn't see a lot of cruise content unless I missed it, but is that something you might want to do? Don't want to do? You're like me. You won't get on the boat unless you can fish. I don't know. What is it?
Mark loves a cruise.
Yeah.
He's been on cruises. I've been on one, and it was not a good experience. And my anxiety will not let me get on that boat. There is water, and it's so much water, and it moves, and it's just I can't.
Jen, just to let you know, water has moved all your life on. I'm just
I
letting you know.
know. No, well, the boat moves, and it's moving, and oh, just
It's
can't do
it's
it.
it's not for everybody. It truly isn't for everybody. I have friends of mine that love to fly all over the world, but you put them in the middle of the ocean on a boat and they just lose everything. So I fully respect that. I fully
You know
respect that.
that part in Moana when Hey Hey screams when he realizes he's in the boat?
Yes.
That's me.
So you're hey. Okay, congratulations. You know. That's good stuff. Debbie Bernfeld, an amazing supporter of our community, says, hey, Jen sounds so lovely. I love her YouTube channel name. I just subscribed to their channel. I'm a new fan. And that's a good fan to have. She's a great supporter of our community. Space Mountain Dave, welcome in as well. And Bob and Kelly. Kelly's been in here supporting you to the top of the hill. You guys had the chance to meet up with them. How special is it to find people in the community that you value, that you trust, that you can build relationships with?
It's the absolute best part of doing this is finding people like Bob and Kelly. It absolutely is. It could make me cry just thinking about it.
Well, they are amazing people. They're Hall of Famers in our Disney YouTube recognition series, and for a reason. Well, at least Kelly and the cats, but Bob, we're working on it with him, So it's a good thing to say as we do that. Let's jump back over here for a second and talk about more of your vlogs. You were doing home vlogs for a while. Now I guess you don't really need to do the home vlogs because that was kind of maybe an Alabama thing and all that.
Yeah, that was back when we were in Louisiana. I want to say that was right before the pandemic.
Close to it, yeah, about that time frame.
But now there is so much to do here. There's not enough time to get it all in.
Well, yeah, that's a true thing. So is that where you've kind of moved away from the unboxings and stuff like that because you've got all this content right there with you?
Yeah, I mean, if I have something to unbox,
You're still
I'm
going
gonna
to do it.
film it.
Good. You did a great job with your unboxings. I thought they were solid. The one other thing I wanted to bring up to you was merchandise. I saw some of your vids. I didn't get a chance to watch as many of those, to be honest, as I was going through prepping for the interview. But it looks like, merchandise and showing a lot of new merch and stuff like that is something that's in your wheelhouse, and you guys are having a lot of fun with. Is that something we're also going to find more from you guys coming soon?
Possibly. The merchandise has gotten to be really expensive around here.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's gotten expensive right here at home on Disney,
Yeah.
the thing too as well. So I fully understand that as well. So, all right. One of the things that I want to do when we come back, I want to take a quick break, and I'm going to hit all of our content real quick for our community segment. When we come back, I want to talk with Jen about some of her favorite loves that she has down there in the parks. We're going to talk with her about spending time with Walt or Roy and how that would go. I want to talk with you about where your channel's going. Where do you see Fun and Fancy Free in the 5-year mark? What are some of your goals for you and Mark? And of course, any other questions that might come in from our chat as we go along. During my segments, while I'm hitting the community segments, you're more than welcome, guys. My moderators have been doing a great job of dropping the links in, as they always do. Go over, check out the channel. If you're liking the interview with Jen and I tonight, I guarantee you'll like their channel. Check out their content. Subscribe because you want to watch the content. Jen, take a break for a second. Relax, sit back, and I'll be right back with you in just a moment. All right, magical memories, everybody. People in the parks, this week. I'll be updating for Friday's show. This is this week's version of the show. It's a great one with Steve and Happy's Haunt, and of course, Diz Our Dream is in the thing. And you always gotta do when you got our good friends down there in Florida, like the Do Philly crew, hanging around. There's a good one, Molly, with the Mammoth Club. She's out on a boat. Speaking of some of the ships, having fun. Gotta love this. Super enthused, getting a little bit of the Figment love for annual pass holders. And by the way, recently Fun and Fancy Free just did a video on the Figment pass holder. You can check that magnet in their video over there. Speaking of Justin Scard, there he was out in California where they were doing the final day of Splash. That crazy Disney lady took a trip to California. Speaking of going to California, she looks lovely there with all of her friends. Of course, Miss Robin down there too. Great group picture from Yeehaw Bob's birthday. All of our people are in there that you know and love, and just celebrating some cake with Yeehaw Bob on his birthday. Great picture here. Love this picture here in the park. Joey D and Sammy D, of course, they are JSA Creations, sponsors of our channel with their monthly ear giveaway. Do a fantastic job. Piano Rob and Nate hanging out down there in Epcot, having some fun together. And finally, Diz Our Dream hanging out down there. Got to see Theme Park Baza. Always like to see the Baza in there as well. Magical mail, we don't have any today, guys. We support our mail when it comes in. We love to receive mail. As my system shuffled me. There we go. We love to receive mail. Of course, mail is brought to you by our good friends.
Main Street Treat brings Disney to you. Hey, we're Rob and Mel from Disney Connections and the new owners of Main Street Treat Company. So come visit us over at mainstreettreat.com to order your treats today.
Casey's Corner of the World is my man that helps us out with a lot of our content. He also likes to bring this segment. He's a good friend, and we appreciate him. This is where we recognize creators.
Do a little dance, get my butt vibrated. It's all good.
Yes, Jeff, I get it. 3 million views, though. 3 million times somebody hit a button and said, hey, I like these guys. I'm going to check them out. I love that. Check our friends and partner, Diz Our Dream. Caitlin of the Castle went over 1,000 subscribers on her channel. Congratulations. Random Recess went over 1K. Congratulations, passing on out. What If Disney World over 1,000. All of these were in our Friday Night Focus. And WW Central also went over 1,000.
It's raining men. Hallelujah. yeah, it's raining men.
It's Raining Man over there on the world on Monday nights. Steve is crushing it. Absolutely crushing it Monday nights. I guarantee you'll have a good time. 7,000 people plus have already said yes. I agree with you, Pete. Hopefully you'll be one. Check out Steve at 7,000. Adventures at Rock, they actually just went over 10K last night. They got something going with some shorts and some other videos, and they're really taking off, so congratulations to them. SoCal Disney Dad hit 15, along with our friend Ron on the go. The race is brought to you by Disney Dynamics. You got to be dynamic to be in the race, and absolutely spectacular. This is where we recognize creators that are working their way to 100K.
Hello, everyone. It's Chris with Disney Dynamics. We bring you tons of Disney content with a little bit of humor. My mom thinks I'm funny anyways. 4K unboxings of Disney merch and promo codes to save you money. We bring you live to Disney parks, and then after the sun goes down, we head to Disney After Dark, where we mix Disney-inspired drinks and have slightly inappropriate conversations with our Disney friends. If that sounds good to you, you're just the right amount of weird to fit right in. That's Disney Dynamics, spelt with a K for some reason.
Spelled with a K for some reason. We highlight every week. This is our race to 100K. I do it every 2 weeks, really. Top ones in the race about 2 weeks ago. I'll update it tomorrow or for Friday. Special Life, Disney Dave, Emily Enchanted, Cheesy Pop, Theme Park O, and Jay Steele. Running down real quick because we deal with these all the time so people can find them. Highlights to the fireworks means that people have their numbers over top. Everybody's working hard as we look at the 47 to 36 range. Some incredible channel names. We remind you that we're not asking you to just go subscribe to these channels. We're putting them out there and saying, hey, these creators are doing a great job with their channels. And if you want to go and check them out, we encourage you to do so. We always ask you to watch and subscribe based on content and what you like. Not every one of these creators will be for you, but maybe you'll find somebody in here you didn't know about that you like and become one of your new people that you're going to follow. Finishing up the back half of the race here down to 8-8. Our partner channels are in here flowing and doing well. We congratulate them. Adventures by Carney, Park Pass, and Magical getting highlights this week. And finally, at the end of the race, 6-5 down to Donna Jaworski, who's working her butt off from home and still staying relevant, which is amazing. Park Hoppers in there, Main Street, Orlando, most recent ads. We also highlight the bigger players in there. They do a lot in there. We don't want to forget it. It's important for us not to forget those guys that were doing it. And as new people come in to the community, we want to make sure that they know about some of the greatest people that were doing content here right on the tube. All right, we're going to get ready to come back into our guests. Just a quick reminder here of who we're talking to, and jump over to my share screen real quick. We are talking to Fun and Fancy Free. Fun. I almost screwed it up. Dad Builds is sitting right now chuckling somewhere. Fun and Fancy Free Floridians. They're doing a great job with all of their content here on the channel, on YouTube. Everything you want to find. 1,400 followers over on Instagram. 1,140 here. Almost 250,000 views. We've been dropping the links all night for our friend Jen and her husband Mark. Jen, as we come back in, let's first take a step here and talk about what is your long-term plan for Fun and Fancy Free? Where do you want to be? What do you want to do? Is there a goal, or is it just rocking and rolling on its own and you're going to find it out?
We're just going to go with the flow.
Okay.
I would always like to be better, editing, graphics, learning new things. But we're just kind of going with the flow and see where it takes us.
Okay, I love that. Let me ask you some quick speed questions. I love these questions. I constantly get more of them. My moderating team has done a great job helping me put this together, giving me some of these questions to use. If somebody comes up with another good one, we'll add it. But let's go with first your favorite park. If you had one to go to right now, I can say, Jen, I'm going to push a button and you're going to be somewhere. Where is it?
Disneyland.
Disneyland, in the land. Okay. Rope drop ride. I can take you right now. I can do the magical world of opening up a portal. What ride do you want to walk onto right now?
Big Thunder Mountain, Disneyland Paris.
Ooh, okay. Pulling out Paris on me. I like that. California, you've been there. I'm going to put you on the spot. DCA or Disneyland? You can only choose one for today. Where do you want to go?
Disneyland.
I'm going to stay with the original with Walt. Okay, I like that. Magic Kingdom has some incredible ambiance rides, whether it's ambiance to relax or ambiance for romance or something good. If you have a choice, is it the People Mover or a Magic Kingdom train loop? Are you right?
People mover.
I I I'm gonna get hammered on this. I've never ridden the People Mover. I guess I've got to do it on an upcoming trip because I keep getting told about it, and I keep getting that answer over the train every time. So okay. Favorite Disney ambiance hotel? Anyone on property? Which one?
Contemporary.
Contemporary. Okay. Old school. I like that. Okay.
You can
Historical.
walk in the Magic Kingdom.
Okay. Disney property restaurant. You have a restaurant on property that you absolutely love. That it's a must do for you. What is it?
Steakhouse 71.
I've been there for breakfast. I want to go there for dinner. It's in my plans for my next trip, hopefully, or one of my next trips. It is good, isn't it?
Every meal.
God, the breakfast was good. I can't wait to see the lunch and the dinner. I'm excited about that. Park snacks. Pete, get on the People Mover. There's Kelly's yelling at me. I'm getting. I have plans for the People Mover. Okay, relax, Kelly. We don't need to get the cats all fired up tonight. We're good. For you, favorite park snack? We can pull one up right now, and you could have a snack delivered to you right on this. What is it?
Okay, this is a weird one. The little Mickey Mouse head crackers, the ones that they kind of are like goldfish.
Okay.
They come in a little round package, and you get them in the stores. It used to be a snack credit, so it's technically a snack.
Okay. No, I'll go. Look, it's a snack to me. If you're choosing your mode of transportation in the parks, what is your favorite Disney mode of transportation?
I'm not big on transportation, but I like walking places. But I would guess maybe the Skyliner.
Skyliner. Okay, that's a good one. If you could live in one land in any of the Disney parks, which land are you choosing?
I'm choosing the Main Street USA, Magic Kingdom, Florida, above the Plaza restaurant that looks like a house. That's my house, so I can look out on the castle every morning when I have my coffee.
Oh, that may be the best answer ever to that question. I got to give you props for that. That is fantastic. The Grand Floridian. Everybody loves the Grand Flo. It's a great location. If you have to choose between attending one event, are you doing the Easter egg presentation or the gingerbread house?
Oh, gingerbread house.
Yeah, I think that's going to constantly kill. I love the Easter eggs, but it's something about the house and the smell of gingerbread. So, everybody loves to ride Disney rides, and we have those magical pictures that are taken and sent right to our band. What is your favorite picture you've taken of all time that you go back to?
I would have to say the one time I went on the Tower of Terror.
Okay.
I'm not one for big drops like that, but
Okay.
I went on it and we bought the pictures before we had the magical whatever.
Magical whatever. I think we'll call it that. The magical whatever. Last couple hotspot questions. If you could be a cast member for a day, what would you like to do? What location are you choosing?
I would like to work at the confectionery on Main Street.
Oh, great place. One of my favorite places in the parks. Yeah, I love it. Candy and all the goodies. That's good stuff. So, and I always like hitting the last two. What is your favorite Disney quick service? Everybody has a quick service they like.
That's a good one. I'm not sure. Where am I going? I like the what is it? The Backlot Express. Is that what I'm thinking of? The one that's
Uh-huh.
the one that's in Hollywood Studios. I like
That is good. It's anything for me. I'm going with Casey's Corner as my quick. I don't think it's not really a sit down, so it's kind of thing. So yeah, and to my moderators, no, I'm not. So I'm a little nervous. Thank you though. Finally, your favorite all-time show, closing nighttime show, all-time nighttime show, nighttime. It can be from whenever. What is
Happily Ever After.
it? HEA on the money for the win.
Yeah, I cried when it came back. Like I stood in the hub and I looked up at it and I sang the entire thing and cried.
That's passion. That's whoop. Wait.
Oh no!
Kelly, what happened? What's going on here? Jen?
There I am.
Good
Sorry
Lord.
about that.
That's okay. You know what? I'm so used to Myers and the Mouse doing that to me. When Kelly Myers comes in all the time, he does that to me and messes with me. And it went right to Myers and the Mouse. So check out our partner channel. You get the free plug because Jen decided to throw it out there for him to help him out. So finally, let's finish up here with, if you had time with Walt or Roy, who do you choose and what do you do?
I would say I want to experience Epcot with Walt
Epcot with Walt. Oh, interesting. And why would that be?
because that was one of his dreams before he passed away that he never got to see. And I would love to walk around with him for him to see what became of it and what he thinks.
Okay, I like that answer. It's everybody's is different, and there's not a wrong answer to that. I always like seeing what people would want to do. So let me throw it over to you to finish out here for a final thought of the night from your side of Central Florida, hanging out tonight.
Thanks so much for having us. Really appreciate it. It's been fun. It's been a crazy journey with this channel. It started off as a hobby, and I'm extremely introverted, so I wanted to challenge myself to see if I could do it, and I did it. And it's brought us to Central Florida. It's helped bring us here, and it's just crazy where life brings you. So thank you for all your support. Thanks to everyone out there. And it's just a crazy ride, and let's see where it takes us.
I love it. Make sure you guys, you're going over and checking out my guest tonight. 73 videos over there on their playlist. A lot of quality content, a lot of fun and engaging. Everything you saw with Jen here tonight is what you'll see with her and Mark when they're together. And I encourage you and welcome you to stop by anytime on a Friday night and hang out with us as well. I appreciate that. This has been a great stream tonight, guys. We've had a lot of fun getting to know our guests. All the links have been put in there. Thank you, moderators, for doing that all the way through and helping me out through tonight. And Jen, let's go out of here. I think we go out of here with Mickey Mouse. I think that's the best way to do it. Guys, it's been fun. I'll be back next Wednesday night with another great creator. I think Carney with Adventures by Carney is coming to town. It'll be fun to sit down and talk with him. Subscribe over there and check out our friends at Fun and Fancy Free Floridians. I got it right on the way out. Good night, everybody. We'll see you soon. Mickey, get us out of here. I know he's hiding somewhere. I can't dance like that.
Thanks, Musketeers, for joining the party. We'll be looking for you tomorrow, same time, same place. Bye, all.